All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is just put a little filling here between my two tiers. You can tort and fill this, it's 3 inches. I would probably tort it twice to put 2 layers of filling in here and then another layer here before I put this guy on top. Otherwise it's just all cake and it tastes kind of bland. I would also probably tort this, but no one's going to eat this cake, so I'm just giving it away so they can deal with no frosting. So, okay. Because it's only 5 inches, I don't feel that I need the board and the dowels on it, but once I get past this 5 inches, before I put anything on here, especially the head, I am going to want to put dowels and stuff in it. So I'm just going to go ahead and just start carving this a little bit. And there's going to be a little space I'm going to need to fill in order to get that nice dome shape. I'll take some of the cake I shave off and put it in there to fill in or fill in with frosting. But for right now, I've got that. These cakes are chilled. So I actually made them 2 days ago and then put them in the fridge overnight to chill them, and then I'll carve them. Don't ever carve a cake that you've just baked that morning and then you're going to carve it. That's probably not a good idea. The crumb hasn't set. It's just too loose yet. So, okay, so overnight, chilled it. All right, so now I'm going to start carving. So we are just going to start carving this off. And we want to get kind of a round. You also have less crumbs when you chill a cake. If you freeze it for 10, 15, 20 minutes or even an hour, you're going to get less crumbs when you carve. So I'm just using the top, kind of putting my knife against this top tier to help guide along. I probably should have it on a rotating turntable, but I didn't do that. So I can just live without. That's fine. And just curve around. Okay. So you see this cake that's fallen off, I can actually use it to help, put it in here to help if I desire to help with the gap which I have there, and I probably will. We're just going to start carving this. And once we get the general dome shape, then what I want to do is I kind of want to carve out his legs. So I want to decide, where the front and the sides are, and I'm going to want to start carving his legs. So let's get this carved up just a little bit more. And again, we're going to save these scraps, so let's save them. And this is kind of 3 inches was right about where I want his back leg to start being. So that's probably pretty good. We don't want to fill that little part in there. But we do want to fill it in for the front. So actually I don't know if I'm actually going to need it. I think we're just going to use frosting to fill that in. I don't think we need any cake to fill in there. So I think we're okay. All right. Start carving this top a little more. Okay, so there we go there. That's looking good. It's pretty sturdy. It's feeling pretty sturdy. Okay, so we're getting that kind of dome shape. And if you stand back and kind of twirl it around, you can see it looks pretty domey. We're doing pretty good here. I got to decide, again, where I want my front and my back. Let me get this guy on here. Yeah, because this is going to go up even more. It's going to go up even more. So let's get this carved a little bit. This is somewhat like a 5-inch, 4-inch round. I think this is going to be about 4 inches. Just check real quick. Yep. Right about, so this is 4. So you could even put a 4-inch board on here and start carving it like that if you're nervous. Okay. Okay, now what I want is I'm going to look at this and go, okay, so I probably want this as the front. Yeah, that makes a good front right there. I'm going to carve a little bit off the belly here, so it's not quite as rounded on the front. And then it comes back to his back leg, which is going to be right about there. And then I've got a natural ledge already right here, and then down. So you see what I'm trying to do is carve out what I would think to be his back leg here. And then carve around to get a little bit of a rounded edge. There we go. And then we want to carve in the back to get the back part. Kind of round it at the top there. Round it at the top here. And I'll shape some of it with frosting so that it does what I want it to do. Okay, and I need to do the same thing on the other side. Right on the opposite side, so right about here. I do minimal carving when I carve and like to let the frosting do the rest of the work. Not on all my cakes, but on a lot of them. It's just, carving is kind of scary for some people, so I just do as little as I can. Okay. So what I did is I just carved a little in the front, carved a little in the back, kind of smooth out these areas a little bit. So you get a pronounced, leg here, and it'll be more pronounced when we start decorating and putting frosting on and stuff. Okay. Let's see if I want to cut that in a little bit more. Probably a little bit more. He's a little fat right here.